Hello everyone again. I opened this deck. I was reading schematic and I've got one theory. So as you remember, we have just three pots here, like for normal tape, ferrum chrome, and chrome tape, right here. So we don't have pot for the metal tape. Even it exists in the schematics. So let me show you. So here 207 for metal, 209 for chrome, this one 205 for ferrum chrome, and 203 for low noise. Sorry, that's wrong place. You need to, look in the bias generator. So here is a common port, 284, I believe, 254, which is absent in this schematic. So we have just three ports: low noise, ferrum chrome, and chromo 2. And metal don't have any ports here. And it's supposed, I believe, that this was original level for metal, 254, and this port is absent on the schematic. And this adjusts bias voltage, which used by bias, and like bias oscillator, how much it will go further. All right. So the idea is, if you don't have metal pot, right, and we have this rise on the charts on the metal, does it mean that this deck don't support modern IC curve? So that's what I will check. I will set levels. Come on. Okay, we need to do this or make it closer, like that. All right, and output level. So we have zeros because levels been set before. Now, what I will do, I will install the TDK-MA tape. All right. I will start white noise. Okay, so that's the source. All right. And these two ports, it's not the bias ports, even as they not describe it. It's the ports which adjust how quickly or when HX Pro will start work. Because this HX Pro is kind of pretty old. It's just 3 op-amps, and each channel use 2 op-amps from this microchip and 1 op-amp, like half of this microchip here. And there is just like high filters, and when it sends high frequencies, it will reduce bias, so it will eat it. So that's why we have those non-linearity on the curve, because this HX Pro starts to eat the bias. Okay, so that's where I kept them in a position. So that's the source and that's the tape. You see, highs are raised. And if I will get screwdriver, where it is here, and we'll try to adjust those HX Pro. Take a look what will happen. You see, it goes higher, it goes lower. So you see, we have linear curve, like linear rise or non-linear rise, right? Higher or lower. That's how HX Pro aids the bias. And you see how it aids, like exactly with those gap at 5 kilohertz. All right, so now let's make it linear here, all right? And make sure, so we're recording on metal with metal equalization. Now we will adjust playback amplifier to the curve to match to this metal tape, so it would be linear. all right, like that, and the other channel. All right, so let me see. Now we may try to adjust a little bit between left right on the HX Pro. No, it's non-linear. Oh, it's left channel. Okay, it's linear, and HX Pro is on, and the other channel, wrong direction. It's non-linear. Let's make it more linear and adjust the other channel too. Like that. So now we're recording very linear on metal tape, and we don't have bias spot adjustment for metal. And additionally, I will check the frequency sweep, just for the case, maybe because sometimes white noise chart don't gives me proper values. So let's see it in better details, and if it will give us now linear response. All right, so it's 400 gears, we good. And levels we can adjust between left right channel, it's not a problem. All right, let's see, we have plus minus like 1.5 to decibel non-linearity, 16 kilohertz, 18, 20. Now see, we record pretty well to 20 kilohertz on metal tape, and this works. All right, so white noise shows us a proper chart, a little bit early slope here, but more or less fine. Now turn off HX Pro like that, and we see problem. You see this with HX Pro, without HX Pro. All right, so that's what I need to think more a little bit about it. My understanding, like something is wrong with the left channel. So let me see without. Yeah, here you see it's still adjusting HX Pro. Here we go. So this one is without HX Pro. It's kind of fully off now. And I had to put the spot which adjusts HX Pro into very right position. So now we have a pretty linear response. Let me see if I can do this with the right spot as well. This we need to go to the very left position. Very left, very right. And when the HX Pro doesn't work, and we have very linear response. Now if I'll use HX Pro, there are almost no change because HX Pro would not significantly affect the bias, a little bit. So see, just a little bit. Like 1 decibel. Good. Now let's switch tape to the chrome position. That's chrome. Let me check which ports is for chrome. Here metal, low noise, ferrum chrome, chrome, the third one, 253. Right, so now recording the same, and I see that it's not even, but I still can adjust it. It's not broken, you see. It's lower, higher a little bit. We would be able to adjust frequency response between left right channel, right? So now we have the spots. So low noise, ferrum chrome, Chrome. Now this should work, I believe. It's lower, it's higher. It's maximum with the spots. Yeah, one channel is not exactly the same as the other when I adjust those frequency pots. Yeah, I can do a little bit higher, like 2 decibel. You see the green line, so more horizontal. Done. And for the right channel, I can go lower. I cannot go high enough, so that's the maximum. Not ideal, but still something. Alright, checking the Check Pro. And left channel goes down. So that's, I will try to, no, it's a right channel, left channel. Come on, we need to adjust bias a little bit. No. Like that. Near. No, without a Check Pro. We have a drop. Come on. So, as you may see, I believe that all problems comes from this board. So this board doesn't work properly. We have just 2 electrolytic cups on this board. So let me see what these are. And if we can fix this board, if not, so I will tune up without a Check Pro. No, now I cannot do it. I'm increased bias. So, come on. I don't like this chart. And this one with a Check Pro. We still need to tune. So, as you may see, the problems comes from a Check Pro board. So it doesn't work properly. So that's one with a Check Pro. So I can tune it. And this record's fine. Alright, so let's see if we can go to higher levels. Well, okay, up to 20 kilohertz and zeros. Yeah, pretty good results. It will record and play well now with the Check Pro. Let's type 2 tape. Type 1. I don't have Harman tapes to tune this deck. So let's see what we get. Type 1, ready set picture. Now let's adjust bias. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on, that's the maximum with the Check Pro. Wow, turn off a Check Pro. Even worse. So you might see. So my idea is kind of right about the Check Pro, which is behaves really weird. So I will think a little bit more about it if I can fix it. But you got the idea. So it's not the rice head as I've been suggested. It's even probably not the capacitors which we removed, or those orange left. It's mostly the reason inside this board. I'm already resoldered it, so it should be good. So we have just these 2 capacitors, which I may replace and see. So there is no proper documentation how to tune this board. And as you may see, so the best position when I set it off, when it's like almost don't affect the signal. Alright, let me see if I will turn it on now, see how it will adjust. So a little bit more horizontal. Alright, now the other channel. Oops, you see, it drops right here in this position. Something really weird with this deck, but consider the age, right? Why? Let me think more. See you soon. Hey guys, digging in more. I also found two pretty teeny pots. One is here, one is here, which I had to turn to the H position, like so. And in this case, like we get pretty, so it straighten up the frequency sweep. And those are indicated here like chrome and low noise frequency response adjustment, these two. All right. So as soon as I like put them in the like full right position, I believe, we removed this 5 kilohertz drop. It's normalized, but it's still like as we have metal not adjustable. So let me see, so that's metal. I had to adjust frequency response on the playback amplifier to match the metal tape. And that's recording from the metal tape, so source. Alright, so I would need to adjust between left-right channel a little bit. Let me see, 400 hertz. Yeah, it's a source. Oh, let me see which. It's not convenient to rotate with one hand. This double pots, okay. It's almost even. A little bit more, like that. I have it, and level back. So we have source, tape. I need to adjust record level now a little bit. Let me see. Or let's start from the playback levels, because I touched the frequency response, and frequency response is changing playback levels, because we reduced the amount of the high frequencies in the signal, and overall power, RMS power in the signal reduced. Alright, 400 hertz. Technique is don't change it, so that's good. Now I can safely adjust the record levels. Example, if you will use this tape. What else I will do? I will put these pots into the middle position. So right, left, like that. Center, right, left, in the center. Alright, now we can adjust record levels. This for this tape, its TDKMA should be -2 decibel. So let me see that right channel, -2, because this tape is lower on all decks. And I prefer, because in this case, other like Sony tapes will be pretty consistent, they will go to 0. Okay, TDKMA. Come on. See again. There's the wrong port. Okay, and now adjusting. We have left-right channels. Good. Alright. Now let's see. Frequency sweep. It's good. You see? Up to 20 kilohertz, we record metal tape pretty well, no problems at all. I can zoom in so we can see better. It's still pretty good. And I had to tune with HX Pro on, because in this position I can find a position for these two pots when HX Pro does the best job. and we have the most straight line. If I will go fully left, for example, it will drop, but it now drops without gap in the middle, so it drops linearly. And if I go right, it will like start to play around those horizontal lines, then goes down again. So now like HX Pro is tuned. And now let's see the other tape types. So type 2. And that's how records type 2 pretty well, right? 16, 17 kilohertz, pretty good. Okay. And I tune the bias here. I know 3 pots right here. And now we have type 1 tape. Okay. And it's almost linear. The right channel has a slope, and I didn't find how to adjust it. So that's maximum I can get from this deck. If I will turn off HX Pro, you see type 1 tape will go really, really bad. This is HX Pro. So HX Pro works. Alright. Now I have to tune up these levels generators to make sure it would be possible to tune this deck. And I would prefer to use type 2 tape for that, just for the case. Now when we know that we're recording well. Also this deck is really sensitive, like we have to turn off generator, otherwise this tone signal will go low. So here is the original signal, here is the recorded signal, here, perfect, and the bias I need to adjust a little bit, so the original, that's recorded, alright, but that's it. It will record and play, but it would not correspond to IC standard AC2 from 1981, so it has its own. All right, so that's long story short. We fixed this deck, fixed tape transports, fixed playback amplifier. I'm installed the pods to adjust frequency response. I didn't find pods which should adjust for metal tape, so that's where I'm quite not sure. I digging in, I was looking for any small pods, teeny pods, anything. So you see how they did it. So for example, there should be pods, they installed resistors. Let me see if it's the case, if it's this too or not. I'm not sure. Oh, it should be coils here. No coils. No coils for the Dolby encoder. Really cool. Alright. Let me see if I can find it and if you can adjust it. So because when I adjust it to the like IC2, it plays super well. It plays super cool. And that plays better than the other CD401 I was working on, because those were flat. This is not flat, this is really live sound. But when I tune it up properly. Alright? So let me see if I can do anything. If not, that would be it. Thank you. Bye-bye.